100 companies. The portfolio of what we've invested in represents $4 billion. So some of them have been successful. So you should think about, what is your startup, what is some of the big opportunity, but also think about, we want to know how we can change the world. We want to know, does it make business sense? It's great that,
Recently, I boarded a plane to San Francisco. As I watched the ground grow farther and farther away, I spotted an unsettling flicker of orange. It's a gray puff of smoke spiraling above. The sight raised an immediate concern. Was this fire about to burn my house down? But more importantly, had this fire been detected yet? In 2022, U.S. fire departments reported an estimated 1.5 million fires yearly. And because the United States does not have an official fire detection system, it depends on citizen reports to spot these fires. This method leads to substantial delays, especially in rural areas where smaller populations can prolong detection times to hours. However, the alarming reality is that under critical conditions, a fire can spread at the rate of about a football field per second. This rapid rate of spread emphasizes the criticality of timely detection, as a delay of even 10 minutes could lead to the destruction of thousands of acres and the loss of lives and homes. Therefore, it is essential that we find a solution. One approach to achieve this is by utilizing AI for image detection. How can we enable AI to detect images of wildfires? A proposal I'd like to advocate is to equip planes with cameras. With approximately 93,000 flights departing daily, creating a network of constant surveillance across the country, and with high-resolution cameras, aircraft can easily detect a fire from high up in the clouds. As an aircraft travels over a community, AI can be used to spot distinctive features like smoke and flames. Image recognition uses convolutional neural networks, or CNNs, a form of deep learning that mimics the human brain to analyze images layer by layer. It detects crucial features without any human help, by combining features from all layers. AI algorithms can then rapidly pinpoint fires and alert nearby fire departments. The benefits of this AI-driven system are profound. First of all, with AI, we can efficiently decrease detection times, especially in remote or densely forested areas. Take, for instance, the fires in Maui. It was devastating, with 101 fatalities. But with AI, the fire could have been detected much earlier so that more citizens could have been evacuated. And because planes fly near Hawaii frequently due to the high number of tourists, the fire could have easily been detected by this AI system. In addition, in urban areas, AI can be trained to distinguish between actual fires and other sources of smoke, like that from industrial areas, enhancing the accuracy of fire detection compared to human reports. Lastly, because AI algorithms can analyze data from ongoing flights, not only can it detect fires, but also predict potential outbreak regions based on factors like vegetation dryness, weather patterns, and historical data. In conclusion, the alarming statistics regarding fire detection in the United States underscore the need for solutions to address this critical issue. The proposal to equip airplanes with cameras for fire detection presents as a promising tool to significantly improve the timeliness and efficiency of fire detection. Due to global warming and climate change, it's very likely that places all over the world will see hotter temperatures this summer. And especially in the hot and dry California, where there will be an increase of more than 2 degrees Fahrenheit by 2040, it's just a matter of time before another drought occurs. That's a fire waiting to happen, and who knows how destructive that will be. Through the power of technology and AI-driven analysis, we can minimize the impact of wildfires and protect our communities and natural landscapes. Maybe the next time you ride a plane, it'll be the plane that saves lives and homes from a fire. Thank you.
The reach our fingertips. You represent the future, our potential, and everything we can do. But they are also quite fragile, able to be crushed in a split second. I have a friend who was a rhythmic gymnast on her way to win multiple national awards until a few years ago, when she had an accident. At first, it was just a few pangs of pain in her foot, but that escalated into an excruciating throbbing pain throughout her leg. And so 2 months later, when she finally got an appointment with her doctor, she was told she needed to wait 3 more months for an MRI scan. And what happened when she finally got the scan? Well, she was told that everything was fine, so they sent her some painkillers and sent her on her way. However, the next day, she collapsed. She had to get 3 MRI scans, 3 costly MRIs, and over a year in wasted time, and an entire dream crushed, just to find out she had broken multiple bones in her foot. Her slow, inaccurate, and costly journey is just one out of thousands of accounts every year of the inefficient process of medical diagnosis through medical scanning. But what if there was a way to change that? And just like dreams, yes, they're something that are easy to break, but they're also something easy to make. So here today, Madison and I present to you Project MIRROR, a process of medical 3D imaging that utilizes neural radiance fields. So first, let's pick apart the sentence a bit. What is a neural radiance field? Neural radiance field, also known as NERF, is a method based on deep learning reconstructing a three-dimensional representation scene from a sparse two-dimensional image. The NERF model enables a novel view synthesis, scene geometry, and the reflectance properties of the scene. In short, it uses artificial intelligence to use 2D images to create a 3D model.
The adoption of AI-driven 3D modeling in medical imaging will revolutionize diagnostic accuracy and precision. Doctors will gain a holistic view of anatomical structures and abnormalities to reach an accurate diagnosis, earlier detection of diseases, and improved treatment planning, reducing medical errors and saving millions of lives. With Project MIRROR, it will not only reduce the dosage of radiation within medical scans, but will also make these images easier to visualize. Smaller, more subtle problems can even be caught through a 3D reconstruction model and allow doctors to see exactly what the problems are relative to the rest of our body. For example, take prostate and liver cancer. According to the NIH, 22.5% of people who get a CT scan for liver cancer each year do not receive timely or appropriate treatment, and 795,000 people have been left with unnecessary treatment due to a false diagnosis.
Now, imagine if all these problems could be abated. Imagine the time, money, and lives would be saved. In the medical world, accuracy, precision, and efficiency are the three most important factors, because the moment that patient steps into the hospital, they are putting their lives into the hands of these medical professionals, leaving absolutely no room for trial and error. Project MIRROR helps eliminate this risk of false diagnosis, but in addition to that, it also has much more that it can accomplish. It also provides a wonderful learning opportunity for students. Using neural radiance fields, professors can make the human body easier to visualize and work with, bringing lab work one step closer to field work.
This extension of medical education and training also helps medical students gain a deeper understanding of human physiology and pathology. Our point today is that the potential and abilities of artificial intelligence are endless. Surgeons can now rehearse complex procedures on virtual models, refining skills and minimizing surgical risks, while the students can use the models to learn and observe the difference between organs, tissues, and body parts. Project MIRROR works in hospitals, labs, and classrooms, making it a multifunctional device with many different applications.
In this age of artificial intelligence, we can usher in a completely new era of possibility and promise in healthcare.
We can create the shift that will redefine our understanding of diagnosis, treatment, and beyond. It is this shift that will change lives, shape the future of the medical field, and ultimately transform our world for the better.
However, no change happens without support. That is why Madison and I are standing in front of all of you guys today, pitching our idea to you. So in the audience, whether you're a judge, student, teacher, or parent, please help us make this possible. Help us revolutionize the healthcare community so people like my rhythmic gymnast friend don't have to suffer through the pain, frustration, and misdiagnosis process. Help us increase the accuracy, precision, and efficiency of medical scanning. Help us save lives. Thank you, and please support Project MIRROR.
As a robotics team in the First Tech Challenge tournament, or FTC, we are committed to the idea of combining artificial intelligence with robotics. In FTC, a robot uses AI to autonomously navigate around the field and complete missions. Recognizing artificial intelligence and engineering as the formula for great potential and progress in the future, we want to build this small-scale demonstration of AI into a huge revolutionary reality.
About 1 year ago, I once witnessed an elderly diabetic woman at the pharmacy yelling at the worker there about how she hasn't received her insulin for over 2 days. She placed an order for insulin, but the pharmacy didn't receive it due to a glitch in the pharmacy's database. If this order was delayed any further, she would have ended in the hospital. I still cannot fathom what her and her family were going through, when she desperately needed insulin, but nobody could help her just because of the pharmacy's negligence. Humans naturally care for each other, especially during times of distress and danger. However, emergencies can happen in our absence as well and do not wait for us. Leveraging artificial intelligence in the form of AI robots, which we call carebots, enhance our ability to care for loved ones remotely and ensuring their safety from miles away. These bots vary in size, mainly being compact with a retracting camera that can extend up to 7 feet tall, having a base of only 4 feet by 4 feet. These bots tap into global and local databases for accurate treatment, including first aid capabilities and CPR procedures for critical situations. For instance, if a patient is drowning, the bot can provide rescue breaths with an inhaler to maintain blood flow and oxygen to the brain until emergency services arrive. This increases the chance of the patient's survival exponentially. They've also used AI to manage prescribed medications such as instant medications or ibuprofen for fevers. The bot learns from past data to improve patient care. For instance, it calculates the best time for a dosage of a medication to maximize its effect. The bot uses a LiDAR scanner to identify wounds and injuries, and to analyze things such as cardiac arrest. It uses body language and facial expressions. The user uses a wristband, which has an accelerometer to detect falls and EKG to detect unusual heart rate. This helps sense emergencies that are not directly captured by the cameras of the bot. The user can also update their family background in which they provide any information about diseases, illnesses, or disabilities that were existent in the past. This data is shared with the bot for better diagnosis.
However, simple and basic home care is just one feature of the care bot. In the medical industry, the care bot tends patients in queue, such as scanning their temperature and determining which ones to prioritize in an emergency center. In other situations, the care bot can assist with administering medicine, such as holding an EpiPen still for a patient experiencing a seizure, or lining up a naloxone spray for an overdose. At home, the care bot provides essential help for people with disabilities. Using cameras to feed input to the AI, the robot analyzes sign language, hand gestures, and habits to understand someone's intentions and start to assist them. For example, if a person struggles to communicate with the visitor, the care bot can help translate or clarify the sign language. Since the bot spends most of its time with the user, it can train itself by analyzing their habits and associating their gestures with their actions, making interpretation easier. Combining the 6 degrees of freedom robotic arm with the care bot's advanced AI-powered information model, the robot can grab items out of reach or point that and retrieve and carry heavy objects and packages for those needs. Paired with the wristband and enhance accuracy, even nearing the user's arm by analyzing location and converting it to commands to operate the arm wirelessly, turning the care bot into an extension of the user. These care bots have the power to influence millions of lives. In patients' households, to create a safe and nourishing environment for everyone. The data from the WHO indicates there are 45.2 million people with disabilities in the U.S. and 1.3 billion globally who experience significant life impairing disability. This represents 60% of the world's population, or 1 in 6 of us. Imagine the benefits can uncover during the kind of services help. With creativity, innovation, and rapid development in artificial intelligence paired with robotics, we ensure everyone, no matter their situation, can help secure a better world for a better humanity for a better future. Thank you.
Both in terms of what's happening right now, what could possibly happen, and really deep problems that our society is facing. It's invigorating to hear that. I would love, we were talking earlier about how we would have loved to engage in questions with them, because I think we would have had a really interesting conversation back and forth. But thank you everyone for your ideas. It was a pleasure to hear them, and we look forward, hopefully we can converse before we give our scores over to who's going to be the winner. So thank you. Good job.
Okay, this award is all because of her, and I would love for her to see the ongoing youth great mind that will change the world, because GIC is established in 2014 to nurture the youth and to help them make their dreams come true. So all the projects, all 7 of the projects today, we can continue, and GIC is a platform to provide the support to make the dream come true, and we would like to see it become a reality, all of it. So if you have any questions, let us know. And this is my granddaughter, so she's gonna be presenting this award every year. Every year, single
de Mayo. So today is only 500, but she has also a company. So with her company, depending on her company's success, then we will increase. So it was amazing, and I wanted to thank all of you because you're a winner. So we will have one winner, but you will learn from her or him or them, you know, what their idea is, you know, their impact to the world. And I think it's so amazing. And I'm sorry because this is the first time that we're supposed to do it at the park, and ended up because of rain, we changed our venue. And we wanted to thank you, and she's gonna work with all of you because she's gonna be watching all of you. Every year she'll be involved. Like when we're preparing for this, she's working with me. So she's only 14 months, but together we can change the world. And thank you so much, and I hope all of you enjoy. And we will have the winner soon and announce. We will tell you we want to discuss. Sure. Make one winner. And then also if you have any questions to ask any one of them, all of us have a picture first too. And the competition, the contestants, all the contestants come because Ellie's gonna remember.
When you know, later on when you do this, you have to do more sort of background analysis to really look at this. I'm going to give some brief comments about each of them, and then we will announce sort of who the winner is. So if you look at sort of number one, which was sort of about monitoring of mental health and what you can do, which is an extremely important application. Already today, there is actually, if you go on Amazon and you look, there's a robot called Moxie, and Moxie actually helps autistic children today with training, making sure they get sort of into mental stuff like that. It could use some of the ideas of understanding vocal sort of impressions and all of this. So there's still a lot of good ideas there, but it's important to sort of go back and say, Moxie the robot, and the impressive part about Moxie the robot is you can buy it for $800. That's really hard. But it's a great example of how could you take this to the next level. So that would be a great idea of how to sort of think about this. If we sort of think about number two, which was about how do we find invasive plants, one of the issues you have to sort of is that you could go to Google today, sort of Google, and you can then use your photo app, and it will actually recognize these plants. The idea then of what can you do in terms of doing treatment is not there, so I think there's an opportunity to go in and look at how could you sort of extend that. Same time, as we talk about, privacy is an important part. Do you want to tell your neighbors that you have invasive plants in your backyard? You might not want to tell that. So there's a lot of, I think for a lot of the applications we saw, AI and ethics is extremely important to sort of figure out what about privacy and all of these things. For the, but you know, interesting idea. For the third one, about sort of art conservation, this is a really hot topic. There's a lot of interest. There's a lot of ways where you can use generative models to actually see what do we think this picture looks like. Before it was this, you can go in and you can do material analysis. I would encourage you to go and talk to, there's a Center for Cultural Heritage at UCSD. They use these techniques to actually help artists all over the world. So they've reconstructed a big church in Milan. They've done a number of places. I'm sure if you talk to Falco Custer at UCSD, he would love to tell you about the Center for Cultural Heritage at UCSD. Very impressive place. And this, again, some interesting ideas for how can you do this. And it's very much about how do we put it into the hands of the people that do cultural heritage, not engineers, but people that are actually out there doing this. But for the medical scanning, project number 4, very impressed that you know about nerves. I work with nerves, and this is really bleeding edge. The guy who invented nerves is actually Ravi Ramamurthy at UCSD. So you can actually go and talk to him. This is being used today for doing medical diagnostics. So if you go and talk to Siemens, you go talk to this is technology that they're developing today. So it's a great idea. I'm impressed that you came up with this. But at the same time, the potential novelty is this is what people do. So, but I was impressed with that you knew all of this. For the home robot, project number 5, there is a company called Hello Robot, designed by Charlie Kent, and they are testing it today. So there's a guy that was paralyzed, rode motorcycles, rode too fast, had an accident, paralyzed from the neck down, and he's sort of the test object for actually going out and testing these robots to see how can you help something like him. I'm going to put up. Can any one of you guess what the first application was for the home robot? Nobody? He wanted to be able to shave himself. His wife spent a lot of time on shaving him, and he was like, I hate when she shaves me. Can I just have the robot and they use very simple neck motion, but it was enough so that he could actually do this. Today he has a robot that allows him to feed himself. So his primary motivation was my wife was the primary caregiver. She spent a ridiculous amount of time on this. If I could have a robot that I could do very simple operation of, then she would actually have more time to do things that she enjoys rather than taking care of him. So there is a robot. You can go and look up Hello Robot. It's a very simple home robot. Same time, you have to sort of think about privacy. So I talked to my mother, could I give, my mother's 86 years old, I said, can I give you one of these robots? He's like, I don't want a camera driving around in my home. People could hack into and tell me, what's going on. So ethics and these things in AI plays a huge role to figure out what can you do. But a cool idea. I like this sort of this, but at the same time, we need to think about. Amazon came out with a product called Astro. I think you can still buy an Astro. $1,000. So it's like the cost of a Roomba. Everybody hated it. They didn't want the robot in their home. They didn't want it sort of driving around and doing it. So this is hard. But that was very cool. Project number 6 about the wildfire. We love the idea of being able to sort of fly or use commercial airplanes to actually be able to do this. Again, I would encourage you to go and look at it. So in California, if we have a California wildfire project, you can go in and live see where all the wildfires are. We have more than 60,000 cameras mounted various places. They use this. We have a big effort, for instance, at UCSD, on can we predict where fires are 3 hours from now. So this is a big project. California is leading in the world in terms of being able to do this. So there's tremendous potential to take this to the next level of what can we do to help the rest of the world, not only California, the rich ones. Can we also do this for the rest of the world? And we love the idea of being able to, what if we had cameras on commercial airplanes? That would be a pretty big deal. So great creativity, great opportunities. We really love that. For number 7, in terms of homeless, I live by Balboa Park. I can tell you how many homeless people are in Balboa Park. I ran with them during COVID. There, we love the passion. It's a very important problem. It's incredibly hard to do. So, and I think there, so no doubt, this is an important problem for all of us. For that project, I would say we love what we lacked a little bit was the details about the AI. How is AI going to make it? It's an important problem. There's a lot of passion. There are ways we can do this, but we lack sort of how would we actually do this? But overall, we were super impressed how much you know about AI and how much you do. So these were all great projects. We love this. Continue. My main thing is, if you ever go in front of a pitch, make sure you've done your homework on what have other people done, like the Hello Robot, like embarks. That will be very important. And I know that we now have a check too. So the judges were sort of unanimous in our decision on what we consider to be the project that had good AI, potential for high impact, and something that would be a change maker. So we actually chose the wildfire project number 6. Very nice.
Where's Poppy? Where's Poppy? Where's Poppy? Where's Ellie? Oh, wait.
The inspiration.
She's very happy. Yeah. That's her signature.
Very good. Congratulations.
Some stuff in it for you, Susie. And there's a little, and for other people to take, in terms of like the sticky notes and stickers and stuff. Yeah, sure.
Congratulations, everyone. Yeah.
The student would like to take pictures with all the judges. The student would like to take pictures with all